Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're exploring how everyday ultra-processed foods can erode mental health in adults over 70. We'll unpack new research from Australia and outline clear steps you can take to protect your mood, memory, and cellular energy.
Thanks, Ethan. I'm Alara Skye, and in this episode, we'll focus on a 6-year study that followed more than 11,000 Australians aged 70 and older. The findings connect as few as 4 daily servings of ultra-processed food with a measurable rise in depressive symptoms, underscoring the diet-mood relationship in late life.
To set the stage, late-life depression is often misread as an inevitable part of aging, yet it's strongly shaped by lifestyle. The Monash University team split participants into low and high ultra-processed food groups, using 4 servings as the cutoff. Over nearly 70 months, they tracked diet, medication use, and mental health scores.
Results were striking. Compared with those eating fewer than 4 servings, the high-intake group showed a 10% higher risk of developing depression. When researchers excluded people already on antidepressants or showing baseline symptoms, the risk climbed to 11%. Mental health quality of life scores also fell by 0.57 points among heavy consumers.
The burden wasn't uniform. Women, individuals with higher body mass index, and those with less formal education experienced the greatest decline. Another nuance was total quantity. People eating the largest gram weight of ultra-processed food, regardless of serving frequency, faced a 15% greater risk. Both frequency and load clearly matter.
Exactly. This dual effect tells us that even modest snacking can accumulate risk if portions are large. But statistics alone don't explain why mood suffers. Let's examine the biological mechanisms the authors highlighted, starting with systemic inflammation triggered by refined sugars, artificial additives, and oxidized fats.
Chronic inflammation disrupts neurotransmitter signaling, stress hormone balance, and sleep architecture, all pivotal for emotional stability. Another pathway is the gut-brain axis. Could you outline how ultra-processed ingredients undermine our microbial ecosystem and, by extension, mental health?
Certainly. Emulsifiers, artificial sweeteners, and other additives damage the intestinal lining and shift microbial diversity toward pro-inflammatory strains. That reduces production of dopamine and other mood-supportive metabolites traveling via the vagus nerve to the brain. Over time, the compromised microbiome amplifies anxiety, low mood, and cognitive sluggishness.
Layered onto inflammation and gut disruption is oxidative stress. When free radical production outpaces antioxidant defenses, neuronal membranes and signaling proteins sustain damage. Ultra-processed foods are pro-oxidative by nature, lacking phytonutrients while supplying excess sugars and damaged oils that accelerate electron leakage in mitochondria.
Which brings us to linoleic acid, or LA, the dominant polyunsaturated fat in common vegetable oils. LA integrates into mitochondrial membranes where it's highly prone to oxidation. The resulting lipid peroxides impair adenosine triphosphate output, leaving brain cells energy-starved and more vulnerable to inflammatory insults.
Historically, LA intake was minimal, but since the 1950s it has soared in parallel with chronic diseases. Today, soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower, grapeseed, and canola oils saturate packaged snacks, condiments, dressings, and restaurant fryers. Even healthy items like granola bars or frozen entrees rely on these oils.
Excess LA doesn't stay inert. The body converts it into oxidized linoleic acid metabolites that impair insulin signaling and trigger immune activation. This low-grade inflammation chips away at metabolic and mental resilience, linking high LA diets to weight gain, insulin resistance, and mood disorders.
Let's translate the science into numbers. Dr. Mercola recommends limiting LA below 5 grams daily, ideally under 2. That target is difficult if most meals come from boxes or restaurants. A single tablespoon of soybean oil delivers roughly 7 grams, already above the upper threshold.
Reducing LA starts with eliminating industrial seed oils at home and scrutinizing labels for terms like vegetable oil, soy lecithin, or high oleic sunflower oil. Swap them for grass-fed butter, ghee, beef tallow, or coconut oil. Even olive and avocado oils can be adulterated, so choose reputable sources sparingly.
Dining out warrants caution, as kitchens typically rely on seed oils for frying, sautéing, and dressings. Ask about cooking fats, or favor dishes that are steamed or grilled without added sauces. Poultry and pork also contain elevated LA because of grain feed, whereas grass-fed beef and lamb remain lower.
Once LA is under control, the next priority is minimizing overall ultra-processed food exposure. Shop the perimeter of the grocery store where whole foods dominate. Fresh fruits, root vegetables, pasture-raised eggs, and single-ingredient meats provide micronutrients that support mitochondrial repair and neurotransmitter synthesis.
Beverages matter too. Soft drinks, flavored coffees, energy drinks, and many plant milks combine sugars, emulsifiers, and acids that destabilize gut microbes and spike glucose. Replacing them with filtered water, herbal infusions, or diluted fresh juice with pulp reduces inflammatory load and stabilizes energy levels.
Feeding the gut with the right carbohydrates is equally important. Rather than chasing strict low-carb trends, aim for about 250 grams of whole food carbohydrates from ripe fruits and well-cooked tubers. These provide glucose, the preferred mitochondrial fuel, without the anti-nutrients often present in raw greens or coarse grains.
Because processed food creep is insidious, logging meals for 5 days can reveal patterns. Nutrition tracking apps expose hidden LA and added sugars, bringing clarity to snack habits or healthy convenience foods. Visibility makes it easier to create a realistic plan and measure progress over time.
The psychological benefit of tracking shouldn't be overlooked. Seeing numbers on a screen transforms vague intentions into concrete data, fostering accountability without self-judgment. Most people discover quick wins, like exchanging a daily snack bar for a piece of fruit, that immediately drop processed food intake below the 4-serving danger zone.
To recap, key actions include limiting LA below 2 to 5 grams, eliminating industrial seed oils, favoring whole proteins and produce, hydrating wisely, and monitoring intake. Implemented steadily, these steps can reverse mitochondrial dysfunction, calm inflammation, and lift mood in older adults.
Improvement often arrives sooner than expected. Many individuals report clearer thinking and more stable energy within 2 weeks of cutting seed oils and reducing packaged snacks. Over months, the cumulative effect supports durable mental clarity, resilience, and, as this study shows, a tangible reduction in depression risk.
Depression is not an unavoidable aspect of growing older. It's frequently a biomarker of lifestyle misalignment, not destiny. By targeting dietary drivers, especially ultra-processed foods, we address a root cause rather than masking symptoms with additional medication.
That distinction matters because the same diet changes that benefit mood also lower the burden of dementia, cardiovascular disease, and metabolic disorders. Protecting your mind and protecting your body are parallel, not competing goals. Food choices give you the broadest leverage.
Before we close, let's answer a few rapid-fire questions. First, how much processed food is too much? According to this study, as little as 4 servings daily increased depression risk by 10%, and greater gram weight raised the risk to 15%.
Second, why focus so strongly on LA? Because it directly harms mitochondrial membranes, undercutting cellular energy. Third, which foods are highest in LA? Vegetable oils, fried restaurant items, packaged snacks, mayonnaise, poultry, and conventional pork. Fourth, what's the single most effective first step? Remove seed oils.
If you take only one insight from today's discussion, let it be this. Every packaged or fried item you skip is a direct investment in clearer mood, steadier energy, and healthier aging. Small, consistent changes outpace occasional grand gestures.
Thank you for joining us on Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Apply these principles, monitor your progress, and share your results with friends and family who might be struggling. Until next time, stay informed, stay proactive, and remember that nourishment is information for every cell, including those guiding your emotional well-being.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.